Everybody. I came across this site just after Justin Trudeau was elected, probably a year and a bit into his election and like into his mandate. And I bookmarked it and somehow I lost it. But it's called Stand Together for Canada. Link is in the description. Please check it out for yourself. And I'm going to go through the foreign aid spending under Justin Trudeau, starting at the number 0. And we're just going to look at 2016. To prime this, this list has been compiled from Canadian media articles. Okay, so it says monies given to the UN and foreign countries to date, tabulated from current articles. Total amount given to UN and foreign countries as reported by Canadian media. So that's what this list is. And he says, if you see anything, it says everything Trudeau and the Liberals are doing is with borrowed money. If you have any information or news stories that contain monies dispersed, please email me and I will add it. This is not my website. This is a separate entity from me. I just came across it and I'm glad I did. And you'll see why in just a minute. So please check them out and support them. They are, as far as I know, independent. I have no idea who funds them or anything to that effect, but I think this list is worthwhile. So thank them and thank you for this. So it says Canadians are heavily taxed. If it was up to me, I would end all foreign aid. Instead of doing all the calculations again, new entries will be plus X amount of dollars and will only be added to the final total at the top. If you see any errors, please inform me and I will correct it. And he's got a Maxime Bernier tweet from November 8th. It says, quote, no amount of foreign aid will make a difference. It's always wasted. The only way a country can develop is by adopting free market policies, rule of law, etc. Let's abolish foreign aid programs and spend that money on Canadians' needs instead. And that's a Globe and Mail link. It says billions in aid to Afghanistan wasted. And so Bill Tufts is also tweeting to remind us not to forget the $10 billion annually we pay to the UN, as 2.92% of our GDP goes there, and Trump wants even more. He wants more. So we're going to just look at the Justin Trudeau's first year, so the end of 2015 and 2016, and how much he spends outside of Canada. So right away, November 1st, he invests $2 billion in affordable housing in India. Canada Pension Fund ready to invest $2 billion in affordable housing in India, official says. And I haven't fact-checked everything, but I did double-check to make sure that all of these, all of the ones that I talk about actually have newspaper articles associated. So they do, and here they are, and that's pretty crazy. So yeah, $2 billion investing. And I'm not sure this is just handing it over necessarily when they talk about investing, because these are supposed to be investments that pay off in the future. But this is still money that is going out of Canada, not stimulating our economy, but stimulating other economies. And have you seen Alberta? Right? Have you heard about Alberta? Alberta's a province in Canada, and well, their oil is pretty cheap right now. Anyway, $2 billion for investing in affordable housing in India. And we'll scroll down, $2.65 billion to help developing countries tackle climate change, November 27th. And that is $2.65 billion to help developing countries tackle climate change. CTV News. Yep, November 27th, 2015. So these are all media sourced, and again, link is in the description. February 22nd, 2016, Canada invests $1.1 billion over 3 years in humanitarian assistance and resilience and development programming for the most vulnerable, it should say most, but it says most vulnerable, people affected by this crisis in Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, and Syria. $840 million will be spent on humanitarian aid programs designed to provide life-saving assistance, such as food, emergency health services, water, housing, basic education, and protection. So far, it's December 22nd, 2015. We haven't even broken the new year yet, and he's spent almost $6 billion. Okay, we'll fast forward to March 7th. 2016, and well, this is a small one, 76 million, but the federal government will contribute 76 million to the United Nations Population Fund to increase access to maternal, newborn, and reproductive health services in developing countries, and add 5 million for contraceptive supplies. So now we're up over 6 million. April 2016, there's 75 million and 43 million Canada announces for Syria's neighbors hosting refugees. Scroll down even further, 678 million over 6 years starting in 2015-16 to respond to the Syrian refugee crisis and aid in the resettlement of 25,000 Syrian refugees. Interesting. 678 million. But wasn't there other monies up here for the Syrian refugees? There's a lot of those lines. Scrolling down even further, July 29th, Mr. Dion announces more foreign aid, 20 million to Sri Lanka to enhance diversity jobs. We're up over $10 billion so far. August 31st, 22.6 million. Canada commits 22.6 million to support African scientists on climate change solutions. Ooh, feel-good story of the year. November 10th, 2016, 19.1 million. Minister Dion announces contributions to strengthen Canada's partnership with Kenya with 19.1 million in funding. Ooh, here's $19.1 million. Kenya, can we strengthen our partnership more? Great. I wonder what the average Canadian got out of that. November 17th, 2016, Trudeau Liberals gave 25 million to UN agency with links to banned terrorist group Hamas. Interesting story about this. When I looked for it, I found the rebel media reporting on it and nobody else, no Canadian media at all reporting on it. And I had to look to the Times of Israel to find out that there is a link between Hamas and the UNRWA, which is the terrorist group that the Trudeau government was sending money to. So yeah, the UNRWA and Hamas, they're like, they support each other when the UNRWA has a mutiny. And Hamas says, no, those people are going to be left alone. Those people represent us. Right, scrolling down even further, November 27th, 112.8 million for international aid projects that will benefit several African countries and Haiti. And it will contribute to projects that aim to fight climate change, empower women, and protect their rights. And it will be used to stimulate economic growth, which will create job opportunities for young people and women, and to counter terrorism and prevent radicalization. You can't even prevent radicalization in Canada, sir. And you're spending 112 million to do it in foreign countries with very vague, and I know this is a very vague list, but the goals and the measurable outcomes are just as vague when you read the reports. It's like, what kind of feel-good words can we put in these reports? Yeah, let's do that. People will love that. That's what these things are written for. It's unbelievable. Okay, December 7th, 2016, Canada announces 4.4 million for Lebanon to buy winter clothing and mountain gear. Yay! Good for Canada, right? December 16 again, Canada announces funding for UNESCO, 100,000 to UNESCO's International Fund for Cultural Diversity to promote cultural projects in developing countries. Wow. Doesn't that make you feel good? $12 billion price tag, everybody. And that's unbelievable. Here's the links for sourcing the materials, etc. There's PDFs you can download. It's all here, all of the information where this information is public, right? It's just really dense and hard to understand when you don't have the time to dig all through it, right? It's pretty crazy to think that to understand the spending and the staggering amount that leaves Canada, you need to dig through reports and reports and reports. And yes, our media is reporting this stuff, but it's not in a collective way. It's not in a, like, do you know how much we spent? Because holy crap, do you know how much we spent? On what? What does this get us? What does this bill get us? What does the average Canadian feel for spending $12,291,348,551? What do you get from that? Because I'm pretty sure we still have homeless. I'm pretty sure we still have problematic drug smuggling, problematic border crossing, and provinces screaming for money. So why all the money going out of Canada? And this is just foreign spending. This isn't even including the domestic. So, which is why our deficit is at, what's our deficit at? 19.4 billion, right? So it's pretty incredible that there is all of this money leaving Canada. Our oil fields are not bringing in the amount that we had previously, and yet still the government says we're staying the course. This is the right course of action. And this is just 2016. Like, this is just 2016. You can scroll down and see 2017. We didn't even get there. I'll maybe do a 2017 video tomorrow and then follow it up with 2018 because there's more spending there. Spoiler alert, it's really expensive to live in Canada because we're giving our money away to foreign countries. Weird, right? Thanks, Justin Trudeau. Check out the People's Party of Canada.ca. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.